$7.99. So lots of technology come and go, lots of ideas come and go. That's why I like it. So we're talking about flipped classrooms in this session. How many of you guys already do that? How many already? Saw you in the last session. Okay. Basically what I'm going to do is I'll talk about it a little bit. We'll try to share some thoughts and some ideas, and we'll move on from there. So if you want to follow along, the Presi's at this URL, tinyurl.com/tmflip. So this is a traditional model of education that most of us are used to, which is we introduce material in class. And we do this a lot of different ways. And I kind of one of the things I don't like about flipped classrooms is I kind of assume that everybody's teaching in a lecture model. How many of you don't teach in a lecture model? Okay. So you see the different models here. All the famous movies and things like that. And it goes from being sort of an entertainer to big time discussion to experiential learning to small groups to just forcing you to learn. Right? So all these are ways that we teach. Now what we do is we send a student home to practice. Right? So we give them home. How many of you guys give your students homework? All right. And what tends to happen when you give them the homework? One, they get frustrated. The student themselves gets frustrated. All right. Why do they get frustrated? What's so hard about homework for them? Sorry, they don't know how to do it. Right?
There's nobody there to help.
Nobody helps me. Right? Okay. I don't remember how to do it. Right? Yeah, it's a big one. Right? My son goes through this every single. Right? He's a good student. He works hard, but he's got some issues and he has a hard time sometimes remembering what the teacher taught him. And it's a struggle. My daughter gets that way. My daughter's not in that kind of thing, but she gets anxious, right? Because she's not sure, right? Because she's uncertain, so she needs some reassurance. Okay, now that's my wife and I on this line. Right? Now, from a parent standpoint, what do you hear from parents about homework?
I'm not sure how you're supposed to do it.
Right, I'm not sure, right?
I don't know what the teacher wants.
Right, I remember 6th grade math. That's the big one, right? How many math teachers teach math? Yeah, right. That's the big one. Right. I struggle with that all the time too. Sometimes, because I'm a professor, I go, that's not how to teach it. Right? I'm going to teach it the right way. But that's the kind of stuff that goes on, right? So parents are frustrated with it, right? So it doesn't really help matters. Okay. So what's the end result for you? Right. That's usually you in Monday morning or the next morning, right? Okay. What frustrates you about homework as teachers? They didn't do it. All right. Now, why didn't they do it? Sometimes, right. Sometimes it's disorganization. Sometimes it's goofing off. Sometimes it's not a matter of some failure. It's just things happen, right? Kids have lives, families have lives, things happen, and homework doesn't get done. Sometimes we run into all the other schedules they have, and it's hard, but we make them do it anyway. But then they're tired and they find them in class and they don't remember what they did anyway. Right? So you struggle with it as well. So the idea of the flipped classroom is to say, all right, well, wait a minute. Maybe we're just doing this whole thing wrong. Right? Maybe we're using our time the wrong way. So the idea is, what if you engage your students with the material outside of class? In other words, they learn material outside of class time. Like their initial, this is what you do. This is how you do the problem. This is the idea that we're studying. Here's the information about that period of history. Or this is how you write a poem. Right? These process-oriented things that we teach them. Right? So what if we give it to them in a video we make? Right? Or some kind of presentation they watch it on an iPad. Or outside of school, or outside of class time, they're doing research and they're checking things out and they're doing, they're going on the internet and they're finding out about whatever the topic is in some guided way that you've given them. Maybe they're working in small groups outside of class. But the general idea is this: is you teach at home, or you learn at home. Is probably more accurate. I'm sorry, you teach at home and you learn at school. So in other words, homework isn't homework. it's not practicing things. It's learning. It's being introduced to material. Then when they come to school, what do you do with it? And now you're going to spend your time addressing the big things: questions, discussing material more in depth, and doing learning activities. You flip a classroom. So what was your experience?
I do the same thing. I use Edmodo as my platform, and I make 8-minute videos using EduCreations. I post them online. They take a quiz after they watch the video that's on Edmodo as well. Edmodo grades it, gives me all the breakdown of the data that I need. And then when they come to class, we use that time we hit the ground running. So they're applying the information, they're creating with it. We have access to iPads, so maybe they have to make their own video, maybe they have to create a PowerPoint, I don't know, debating a topic or arguing a point, or but whatever it is, it's allowed me to go more in depth into the material and gained a lot of instructional time for me, and they love it because you're right there for them, and once they figure out that, oh my gosh, I mean, she's really gonna like work the room and answer my questions as I'm doing my work. Oh my gosh, I mean, I can really get my work all right and get a good grade. Okay, and they're engaged. And then the classroom conversation becomes about what you're doing. And we've actually gotten to the point where a student will ask a question and another student will answer it. Or another student will direct them to where they can find the answer. And I just facilitate and watch the process, which is beautiful, which is what, when we're driving the instruction, we can't do. We don't have time to watch that.
Yeah, and that's the whole point, right? So in other words, I'm gonna, in my math class, I can go over the problem that you're having, specifically what you're misunderstanding, right? So instead of sitting there, you're tearing your hair out at home as a student, or the parents are tearing their hair out, trying to figure it out, and then you get like a kid that's all frustrated and doesn't know, or they made a mistake and now it's ingrained in their head and you gotta undo what they did. Now I can actually spend my time on it.
I was just gonna say, like you said, kids have all these lives. I'm in high school, and the battle, I've tried flip once with one thing, and the kids come back, none of them watch the video, none of them starts, and I'm like, okay, that's not going to work then. I was just, I have to show the video in class, and then the waste of time. So I guess, how do you make it so you're not battling with them again, like not doing the homework?
Right.
Not
But this is the issue, and this is where, again, this is what is coming out of the experiences of a lot of people that are doing the classroom. Yes, the big thing is there's a lot more in-depth learning, and there's a lot more time to guide the students, which they appreciate, which tends to make the whole process much less problematic. Because when a student has the problem is when they need help, right? And instead of you being on call all night, right, again, a chat room or something like that, or whatever it is, or getting emails, from parents, like, oh, how do you do this? And then have to go back and reteach the lesson the next day. You should be able to get around it. However, it still does realize doing that work. It's not homework, but it's still, I've got to watch it.
You make it hurt in their brain.
Yeah,
They
right.
don't.
I think you got to have some kind of carrot.
You make it hurt. Like what I do is, Edmodo tells me when they've watched the video. So I give them 10 points, 10 out of 10.
How much time do you give them to watch the video?
2 days.
2 days, okay.
2 days. And so basically, 10 points for the assignment for a homework grade. The quiz grades, because what I had is, say I have 4 chapters and I was giving them a video for each chapter. They were hanging on my quizzes were only 10 points. And so if they got only 2, they were like, Miss Fury, I failed because I only got 4 out of 10. So I stopped doing that because they were panicking and hanging on that quiz. And so I total up the points of the quizzes at the end of the chapter, and that becomes a quiz grade that goes in. So I'm not like, trying to follow all these quiz grades. I'm doing it all at the end of the chapter, which makes it easier for me. But that's something that they have complete control over. Like, if they fail a quiz and they message me on Edmodo and say, Ms. Fury, can I retake it? I say, yes. What am I going to say, no? I'm going to say, no, you can't watch the video again, and you can't try to do better on the quiz? Of course I'm going to do that, because that might be the difference between somebody really figuring out that they can find success in that class and doing it. So,
Right. It is hard.
you can lock it down after a certain time. I don't. If I know they take the quiz late, then they get half credit on it. If I know they watched the video late, then they get half credit. So you could take the credit from them, and you could lock it down and shut it off. but I don't ever shut my videos off because I want them to be able to rewatch before the tests and all of that, so.
But it's a good question. It is kind of what I see a lot of times with classroom attempts is that even in college when we do it, it's the same thing. You know, it's still, you know, again, you still have students do stuff, and it takes time to create the material too. Like it's time on your part to go back and say, okay, you know, I need to do it. I know that there's some teachers that have a real hard time making that video.
Don't try to do it all at one time.
Yeah. Don't try to do it all at once.
Flip
Doesn't
one
mean
once in
perfect.
a week.
Yeah.
I did it all at one time, and it's a tremendous. I did 175 videos last year, and it was like I worked constantly. But really, if you want to give me your email, I'll send you one of my videos so you can see what it looks like.
What did you use to get the videos?
Edu Creations. So they don't see me. I know teachers, we don't like them to see us. So, but they see pictures, they see text, they can hear me, and they can see me highlight.
Yeah, there's a lot of apps out there for it. There's a lot of sites, Screencast-O-Matic. If you're showing something on, you know,
Show me, explain everything.
show me, explain everything. Yeah, they're all there's a bunch out there.
Just straight up screencast. So
I think people use like I mean, you know, some people really want to look good, so they'll actually produce it with iMovie or something like that. But again, it's time consuming. You know, I mean, you got to do it. The flip side though is you're going to spend a whole lot less time in the long run teaching the lesson over and over and over again. You do it once. The other thing too that I think I usually counsel most teachers to do is, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, it just has to get to the point where, like, you're not perfect in class a lot. I mean, you'll stumble, you'll make a mistake. So it's not like they're expecting you to have this, you know,
you can cheat
show
too.
quality type of thing.
You can cheat. If you have
Yeah.
PowerPoints,
Yep.
you have PowerPoints with text and pictures, you can save them individually as JPEGs. And you can pull them through Dropbox into Edu Creations and paste them, and then voice over and highlight. Boom, you're done, just like that. So you can use some of the same material. It's
Camtasia
easy.
is
That's
another one that you can use.
That's how you do it.
There's a lot of tools out there.
But you know, you use what you have.
That's the infographic, if you ever want to go look at it. That's about how much money was that. Now, there is something too, I'm kind of a fan of the semi-flip as well. Like, you're not feeling like I can do the full flip. Like, you're not as brave to try this right off the bat. You can do this, and I actually use this with my college students when I teach my technical educators course. What I do is I make time in class, so I will present the initial information in class. Then I build time in the class for them to learn material on their own. So while they're working through the stuff and coming up with their lessons and things like that, I'll help them out. And then the homework isn't really homework. Like, it's not like you're getting graded on or anything. It's where you work on the ideas, or you look at some more information, and you come back, and I want you to come back with questions. Okay, but I don't want you to necessarily practice, because I want you to do that in class where I can help you. And that's why you should help with my book. You need help, come to the class.
I think people are calling that the explore, explain, apply.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've been doing this for years. I mean, I learned
Right,
pretty early on. Like, you know, I used to have tutorials, and we'd spend all our time in class on the tutorial, and then they'd go home, and they'd come back, and they'd get frustrated. So we'd be working through all the things that they had trouble with. And I'm like, well, that's kind of stupid that I send them home and have them do that, and then they come back, and then we actually learn. So why not just do that? So I just build the time in class. Now, of course, that's hard when you're in a situation where you don't have control over that time frame. You know, when you've got to cover a certain amount of material in a certain amount of days, you know, that's difficult. So, you know, but it is a thought. Like, you could try to do that. And the whole point is just that, to me, the big takeaway from flipped classroom models is really that it's about students learning with you there, but not you teaching, right? It's not about you lecturing to them and giving them the information and stuff, them learning it on their own. And every kid learns differently. So what I want to do is I want to help that kid with their problem. And there might be several kids that have the same problem, and yeah, hopefully you get to the point where they start helping each other.
Yeah, well, and you can be a lot more like thoughtful about how you put your groups together. If you know, because you'll know your students better. I know what students, don't know the difference between there and there. I know who doesn't use commas ever. I'm so much better of a writing teacher because I'm a history teacher. So because I can actually have the time to actually look at what they're doing and really be able to guide them. So
there's a link here for this book at Amazon, which is Flip Your Classroom. This is the first book. It's from some people that kind of, I think, started doing flipping. They're sort of seen as the first people to start doing it, but let me just show you the covers. But it's a short book. It's a quick read. They use Camtasia. It goes into a little more depth than maybe you need sometimes, but it's a fast read. You'll be able to read it like in a day or two. But it'll give you the general idea of what the thing was about, where it started, and why. What I have seen is, I've seen some good data that suggests that it does work. When you can get the work right, it really does help out. But you got to really go into it. I mean, it takes time.
I was shocked at how fast it worked.
Yeah.
I mean, I teach in a school district where a lot of my students struggle. I mean, I've had as high as 20% failure rates. Out of like 135 students, my failure rates plummeted to under 7% immediately, first mark of the period. And they, what I learned is that they did so much better on their final exams and their midterm exam just because they knew the information more. Like get it in a big moment like that. I was pleasantly surprised. I did not expect to see results. The first flip lesson that I did, the live that I was there to help them, and it was really fascinating.
What about students that don't have internet?
There is no excuse for us. The iPads we have in the high school, they're not one-to-one. So we have iPad carts, 30 in each cart. They're like $14,000 or $15,000 each. Basically, we deploy them every day. I have iPads with me in homeroom. They can come into homeroom. They have 20 minutes to watch a video, 8-minute video, and take a quiz. They can stay after school with me. They can do it from their computer at home. They can do it from their Android phones, not from their iPhone. What I'm having to do with the iPhone is I'm having to take my video from EduCreations and actually tape it using a screencasting tool and then uploading it to YouTube. And then they'll be able to see it. But there's no excuse, and I'll tell you, my students for the most part did it.
Yeah, I've seen places that teachers have used sort of out of class time during the day, or the library, around
Go to a friend's
school.
house.
Yeah, I mean there's ways to do it. Again, sometimes the CDs send them home. I mean there's lots of ways to go about it. It doesn't always have to be necessarily even video. I mean you can do other things. You can have other types of activities that maybe aren't necessarily do videotaping your lecture. You're not lecturing or just for younger kids and you're not doing that kind of thing. It might just be, go and do this game online, or go and do, it's just anything to kind of introduce material, and then you spend your time dealing with. Because again, how many practice sheets does a kid even do? Necessarily to get it. But if they're having trouble, the best thing is to have a teacher or you there to be able to say, okay, this is what you want to do differently, or maybe try to explain it differently. You know the kid better than anybody else as far as how they learn. So it's about you spending time with them. Yeah.
How about the peer pressure factor? Kids who are like
Yeah, well, another thing is that you're not putting them in that fishbowl. It's about going to every kid and working with them individually or in small groups.
You'll make it easier for you to differentiate instruction.
Yeah. So I think it does have value there. Is that kind of what you mean, or you mean the
Well, I
kids
mean, the kids who aren't ready to do this and they're not going to participate, fighting the learning process.
You have to work on it. I went individually to every one of my kids and was watching who was in the beginning, who was starting out watching and who wasn't. And the kids that weren't, I nagged them. And then once they felt like I really was not going to let them get away with it and that I was going to find a way for them to be able to get access, they give in because I care. And if they don't give in, mine came from PowerPoint a lot of the part of them. So I would just work off of my PowerPoint. I'd give them whatever I could. But the kids that wouldn't do it were mostly the kids that wouldn't want to do anything. So that's a whole nother.
Right, it doesn't change. There's some kids you're never going to change, but what they do find is that a lot of times it is about engagement. Like the kid feels engaged by the teacher and not just sort of off on their own, and it changes the dynamic and what they find. I've seen this a lot of times with kids that they would have thought were difficult. They do better in this kind of situation because they're not sort of being singled out, and there's also not as much opportunity for them to sort of take control of the class. Like they don't, the spotlight's not on because that's not how we do it.
And you're not the one trying to drive the instruction and make them listen to you and all of that. You're facilitating, so now you can I'll tell you this way, you front load the work. So it is work, it is front loaded, but when you're in that classroom, you will not come out with that exhausted feeling. You won't. You will facilitate and manage, and they will do the work. You're putting the work back on them.
Yeah, and that's really what it comes down to. And then that work that you're doing in the classroom is really learning. You know, it's not just listening and trying to copy down notes. It's you know, really them engaging in the content. You're not just sitting there listening.
Sorry.
Sorry, yeah, we can finish up.
So if you did say like 2 days to get, so what would your typical classroom day be like? Because you have material out there for Monday, you can't review that material from Monday until Wednesday.
I may start it, no, I may start it. I give them the due date. I want it done for this day. I normally give it to them 2 days before they need it. See what I mean?
Oh,
2
okay.
days before they need it.
Alright.
And so you move right into it. It's not gonna hurt them either way. I wasn't worried about whether they watched it a day late or not, because I'm immersing them in the information anyway.
So like you give it like
So-
a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday you're gonna cover it.
Right.
Monday I'm gonna give them the stuff for Wednesday.
Right, and if there are still kids that didn't watch it, they'll learn real quick that they're gonna be behind then in what they're doing, because these other kids already know. And so next time, and you're gonna be able to tell that they don't know it.
Yeah.
From whatever you give them in the first 5 minutes, whether it's something that they have to write or tell you about, something quick, like even quick, like you would do an exit card, there's an entry card. Something that just assesses really quick, and they'll figure it out and make